Call the meeting to order. Our first item is our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag Our mission statement of the Marshall Public School District is to educate, support, and prepare all learners for success. We need approval of the agenda. A motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
Any additions? Hearing none, please vote. It is approved. Public forum. Now is the time the public can approach the board. Is there anybody in the audience that'd like to approach? Moving on is we'd like to welcome our new Marshall Public School staff.
Before they come on up and introduce themselves, perhaps, since many of them may not know any of you as school board members, and we do have a couple board members absent today, but Aaron, if you'd want to just introduce yourself to the new staff members, they may appreciate getting to know who you are and talk about your family, your career, whatever you want to.
I'm Aaron Zemer. I am I'm account executive and the director of information programming over at the radio station here in Marshall. I have been back there for about 6 months. I live in town with my wife Sherry and our daughters Lainey and Madigan.
And I'm Jeff Chapman. I lived in Marshall for 40 years. And I've had 3 children, all of them educated out of this school system. 2 of them graduated with PhDs, and the other one has a master's. And the master's gentleman makes more than all of us put together. So, welcome.
My name is Sarah Runchi. I am an attorney here in Marshall, recently elected to the school board. This is my first full year. I have 3 children in the district. Thank you for all your hard work today, by the way, because I was in the buildings. And I'm really happy to be part of this board.
Sarah is also a Marshall Public Schools graduate as well. I'm Bill Squo. I was elementary principal here for 28 years and was with the Pride the Tiger Foundation for 7 years. And some of you in the audience were my kids. And I'm blessed to be able to work with kids, and it's good to see you with us.
Thank you. So you can go in any order. You don't have to come up to the front. You can certainly just stand up if you'd like and introduce yourself and again, share any information that you're comfortable sharing with the board. I think I speak on behalf of all of the board members saying thank you. It's nice for them to see some of the names that they get to approve as part of the agenda periodically, but it'll be good for them to see who you are and hear a little bit about yourself. So anybody want to start? Amanda?
I'm eager to share, but I have registration for my children also. So, Amanda Peterson, I am the assistant principal at Maytech this year. Looking forward to being back. Most of you probably are aware I was in Marshall for 8 years as a teacher. Left for 2 years for administration and then back. I'm also a Marshall grad and this is home. So, really excited to be here. Excited to work with my staff. I have one new staff member to meet tonight too, and excited just to be back and keep things moving forward, progressing in Marshall. I'm really excited.
Thanks, Amanda.
I'll go next. My name's Jessica Novosad. I'm from Colorado originally. Taught in the small town on the western slope Rifle for 10 years. Taught kindergarten, 4th grade, special ed for 3 years, EL for 1 year. Met my husband who's from Marshall. His family is here. Got married, moved to Albert Lee, was there for 3 years, taught EL, 2nd grade. Have 2 little girls, a 2.5-year-old and a 6-month-old, and decided grandma and grandpa need to be around our little girls, so here we are. And I'm EL at Parkside.
I'm Andrea Brown, and I am EL at Parkside as well. I am a graduate of Worthington Schools. I taught elementary school there for 7 years, and then moved to Sioux Falls, had kids. I taught middle school math for a few years, and my triplets and I moved to Marshall in June, and they will be in fourth grade. Yes. Thank you.
Charlotte Grigor, and I would call Cottonwood my home, although I've moved around the country a little bit. I've been a first grade teacher, kindergarten teacher, reading specialist, and now I'm an EL teacher here at the middle school. I consider myself blessed to be back here. Appreciate it.
Alicia Kudrin. Mr. Swope was my principal. I graduated with one of Jeff's children. Went to school in Marshall here. Graduated from River Falls, Wisconsin. Came back and taught French at the high school for 7 years. And now I'm getting back after 8 years home with my kids. And I will be parent educator with ECF.
I'm Jonathan Spuck. I live in River Falls. I went to school there, but only got through 10th grade in public school. It was kind of a roustabout, so I didn't make it to the public school system. I didn't go to school run by retired Marine drill instructors. After then, kind of a dual career. I did 28 years in the military. Most of reserve, probably about 12 or 13 years full time. I would get calls periodically to go do stuff. And then I taught in Minneapolis, and I taught just at risk up there. So I teach at Maytech, so it's a good mix or a good fit for me, and that's the type of student I like to work with.
My name is Shelby Corman. I graduated from Minneota High School and then SMSU grad. It's my first year teaching, and I'll be at first at the special ed. No kids.
Are you Nancy's daughter?
No. Gina Corman and Clark Corman.
I'm Stephanie Bach. I'm originally from Indiana. My husband got a job with Pioneer Hybrid and was an agronomist. So that's how I met him. And he came back to the farm after a couple other locations in Minnesota. And so we actually reside in Minnesota, but I've been involved with Marshall through sports, coaching basketball, and I've been teaching at Lakeview until this year when I got the opportunity to come to Marshall. So I'm honored to be here.
I'm Caroline Ruby. I'm from Cottonwood, and I graduated from Lakeview. I went to Duluth at St. Scholastica for my undergrad in elementary ed, and it's my first year teaching.
I'm Tracy Jansen. I'm a Marshall graduate as well. Mr. Swope is also my principal. I'm a speech language pathologist, and I'll be working at Westside and doing a little bit of early childhood here as well. And this will be my 5th year in the school district and my 8th year as a municipal. And we have one little guy at home. So here.
Hi, my name is Eric Jeldon. I'm the new principal at Westside. I grew up in Grand Forks. I went to school in Duluth. My last 13 years, I've been a social studies educator at Long Prairie and then at Wilmer. This is my first administrative job, so I'm very excited about that. My wife, Nikki, and then I have 3 daughters, Kinley, Lydia, and Ara. 7 toddlers. So busy when we get home with the girls, so that's good. They're very outnumbered. And then the West Side staff has been great to work with so far. The district's been great to work with so far. So just kind of try to continue that success. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, everybody. You are free to go. You're welcome to stay if you'd like as well, but thank you for taking some time out of your schedule to come and introduce yourself. And again, we are super glad that you are part of the school district.
Thank you.
report for him. Does anybody in the board have something they'd like to bring up?
We did have a bond oversight committee meeting last week, and I'm excited to report that it's moving along really well. We're to the point where we have a pretty solid schematic, so that's been really fun to come and see it all come together, continuing to meet with user groups and deal with some of the finalizations of those sorts of things. We'll be continuing to meet roughly bi-weekly, I believe, through at least the fall, with hopes that it'll stay on course.
And Sarah and I were at the city strategic planning meeting in Y, and Matt as well. Who was that last week?
Last week.
Monday or Tuesday, which was pretty well attended.
They actually had more people than they anticipated by about 50%.
Yeah.
It was great.
Very good.
School board calendar review.
There's just a couple of committee meetings coming up that you can take a look at in the attachment there. On the 16th of September, there'll be a facilities committee meeting at 7 o'clock in the morning, and then the 17th, another bond oversight committee meeting. And a reminder that the site tours or visits will take place on September 16th, starting at 4 o'clock. Hopefully, everyone will be able to make it on those or to those, with the school board meeting to follow at 5:30. And I just wanted to mention, we're still in the midst, our administrative assistants in all of the buildings are continuing to enroll students and really try to figure out what our numbers will look like this year. We finished last year, I think, with 2,472 students maybe. We were funded for, and that's K-12, we were funded for 2,481, and as of today, start of the school year, we have 2,525 students enrolled. That will fluctuate a lot. We'll see a lot of mobility the first couple of weeks of school, both in and likely out of the district. And then the numbers should hopefully settle down by the end of September. But as of right now, we have 44 students more, and actually 28 more than we anticipated. We kind of thought we'd have just shy of 2,500 students, so to be over 2,500 is a good thing. We'll keep you updated on how the enrollment's going.
Second review of policies 514 through 517. Did anybody have any questions? Moving on to our action items. Approval of the Marshall Education Association Master Agreement. Motion to approve. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
It's open for discussion.
Just Dion and I and Jeff can certainly try to answer any questions that you might have. The master agreement is included for your review. I thought it was a real amicable process and good to find sort of common ground, if you will, in terms of some things to focus on. That doesn't happen in all negotiations, so that was positive. And MEA voted today to approve or accept or ratify, whatever you want to call it, the contract. So it just needs your approval. But if you have any questions, we can try to answer those for you.
Thank you for your work. Negotiations at one time was adversarial. I think you reached that hurdle. Appreciate that leadership.
I think that our teacher association and the school board both care about the education of children and come to common ground on what we both can agree on and to shoot for that. And I think it just makes a good working relationship. I'll call for a vote. It is approved. Approval of our 2019-2020 strategic plan goals. Need a motion.
So moved.
Need a second?
Second.
Open for discussion.
Hopefully the memorandum explains things to you, but I always try to get input from our staff and administrators and certainly the school board, and I believe I included the tally sheet kind of showing, maybe I didn't, there were some commonalities, and when you combine the input from the school board and input from our district leadership team, the two goals that you all have selected to focus on this year from our strategic plan are, one, to achieve the goals of the world's best workforce for all students, and two, develop and implement practices to attract and retain a diverse and qualified teaching staff. If approved, we'll move forward with the addition of probably more objectives and then create action plans for each of those and get to work on them.
Board members, any questions? Hearing none, we'll call for a vote, please. It is approved. Thank you, board members. Meeting's over.